Alright, so ito po yung final test natin, no, for the NAPOLCOM exam with this coming June 30, 2024. So ilang araw na po yan, sir ma'am. Yung topic natin for this record is yung kanina, no, yung na-post nating final mock test kanina. Alright, so this contain 150 questions. But before that, ito muna yung basahin natin. Ito yung talaga nakikita natin sa actual, no, na test booklet na binibigay ni NAPOLCOM. Wait, tingnan ko muna kung naka-record ba. Yes, naka-record naman. Okay. So, Republic of the Philippines, National Police Commission, Quezon City. Makita nyo dito, meron kayong test booklet number. Alright. Dapat sa answer sheet, dapat naka-ano nyo. Nasagutan nyo yung test booklet number ninyo. Alright. Alright. So, please read instructions carefully before answering the examinations. Write in bold capital letters. Okay, basahin nyo yan. Alam ko nabasa nyo na yan kanina. And ito yung content niya. Recently kasi, nag-change. Ninapalcom yung number of items niya. So, dati, usually kasi, 20 lang yung math, no? But this recent 2 exams, 30 yung math nila. But don't worry. Kasi yung 10 items or less, basta nasa 10 items is number series lang. Okay? Number letter series po. Madali lang yon. And then, rest, PRB na lang. Okay? But, huwag kayong magkumpensa kasi yung 30 items na yan is pwede na mabagsak kayo. No? So, syempre, ano naman, kaya nga tayo nag-review, di ba, para matutunan natin yung mga technique on how to answer questions, no? Kaya ng math. Alright? So, lapis yung gagamitin natin, hindi po ballpen. Okay? So, direct tayo. Okay, may sagot na pala ako kagad. So, edit muna natin to. Okay. John. Okay, so number 1, general information, uprightness. So, direct na agad tayo, no? Sa, questions. Okay, wala nang pakara-karaka. Okay, general information, uprightness. Who is the new chief of the Philippine National Police? Current events, ito. Benjamin Acorda, Chis Escudero, Romel Francisco Marbil, Francisco Romel Marbil, o Romel Francisco Marbil. Alin yung pagkaiba nila? Okay? So, tama sagot natin. Nakita ninyo, that is number 3, Romel Francisco Marbil, or Director General Marbil. Okay, so ito po si Marbil. Dito, sabi na po natin sa RTVM, President Marcos Jr. has named Police Major General Romel Francisco Marbil as the 30th chief. Okay? 30th chief. Baka itanong dun sa current events, who is the 29th chief? 29th chief natin si Acorda. 30th chief natin is si Francisco Marbil. Okay? Either way, merong OIC, no, before after ni Acorda, meron silang OIC bago si Marbil, pero hindi yun counted, no? So, 30th chief natin is si Francisco Marbil. Police General Benjamin Acorda. So, yun, na-replace niya. Who ended his term. Okay, zoom pala natin. Who ended his term, no, with his retirement on March 31, 2024. So, taon na yan. Nag-retire si Benjamin Acorda. Okay, so, guys, sa manonood po ito, pwede nyo i-landscape na lang para mas mabasa niyo. Police Major General Romel Francisco Marbil is designated as a chief of the PNP effective on April 1, tandaan natin, April 1, 2024, by the direction of President Marcos Jr. Marbil is the PMA class of 1991. The appointment was announced during the change of command and retirement honors for Acorda at the camp, Brigadier General Rafael T. Crami in Quezon City. Okay? Before his appointment as a PNP chief, Marbil was the head of the Directorate for Controllership and reserved as the RD of the Regional Office 8 and Director of HPG, no, among others. So ito yung mga past 4 na past 3 pala na Police General natin. Okay? Recent, Marbil, and then ito yung IC, but though hindi siya counted hindi siya counted as the 30th chief kasi OIC lang siya, tapos ilang araw, hindi lang umabot ng 24 hours. Okay? Kasi ano pa, yung papeles pa kasi. So, Binamin Acorda, April 24, 2023. So, pagkatanungin yung tenure ng ni Acorda, so that is 2023 to 2024. So, almost year lang, no? Ay, hindi nga umabot. Hindi umabot ng 1 year. Okay? Number 2, which of the following has the administrative control? Ito, palaging lumabas ito. Administrative control and operational supervision over the PNP. Okay, ano kaya yan? So, ma'am. Okay? Is that DILG or Department of National Defense, DND, or the NAPOLCOM, the PNP, or the Office of the President? So, ano kaya yung sagot mo dyan? Okay, so of course, sagot natin dyan is the National Police Commission, no? Or the NAPOLCOM. Okay, ano ba yung mga batas na related kay NAPOLCOM? Di ba? We have the RA 4864, the AO 1040, the RA 6975, at yung 8551. Okay, nandito yan sa slides natin. So, saan naman din makita? So, ito yung vision ng NAPOLCOM. By 2024, the NAPOLCOM is a highly capable, responsive, and credible oversight body of the PNP. So, that is sa taon na ngayon. Okay, tama ba? Tama siguro. So, mission, we exercise administrative control and operational supervision over the PNP. Okay, administrative control and supervision over the PNP with the end in view of ensuring highly capable, effective, and credible police service. Tinayin ko muna baka nag-mute kasi. Okay, core values, resilience, integrity, professionalism, and independence. So, ito yung NAPOLCOM. It is an agency attached to the DILG. So, within the DILG po siya, hindi po si NAPOLCOM under ng DILG, no? Within the DILG. So, it has the authority to administer police entrance examination to investigate police anomalies and irregularities and to, summarily dismiss erring police officers. So, ito yung mga batas na kumbaga history ni NAPOLCOM. We have the RA 4864. No, ito yung Police Act of 1966, which is, ang pangalan pa lang niya is Police Commission. No? Later, naging NAPOLCOM siya. So, by EO 1040, yung NAPOLCOM tinransfer sa Office ng President, and then in the RA 1675, na-create yung NAPOLCOM within DDILG. And then RA 51, it is the sole administrator and controller of the National Police Force. Ano yung National Police Force natin? The PNP. Okay? Ano pa yung mga batas na involved dyan or involved dito? Ano yung mga batas na related sa PNP natin? Okay, might as well, ano ko na lang? PNP related laws. Ano ba yan, sir? Ano ba yung mga batas na yun? Okay, we have the PD 1184. Okay, ito yung INP, Professionalization Act, no? Professionalization Act. Hindi ko na alam kung anong taon to. Basta, PD 1184, ito yung Integrated National Police Act, Integrated National Police Professionalization Act. Okay? Ito yung give birth sa PNPA. Okay. Next is the PD 765. Ano ba? Ito yung PCINP law, no? Philippine Constabulary Integrated National Police Law. Okay? Sinabi dito na PC as the nucleus and the INP or integrated police forces, ano yon, yung jail and fire as its components. Okay? Yan yung PD 765. Ano pa ba? Okay, balikan natin yung RA 6884. Wait lang. Sorry, 64. 46, 48, 64. Kabalik-baliktad na. 48, 64. Ito naman yung Police Act of 1996. Okay, di ba? Nandito, ito yung Police Act. Nandun naman sa taas eh. Dito, yung Polcom, nga sinasabi natin kanina, which is under sa Office of the President, no? The Police Act of 1966 also give birth to the Napolcom. Okay, Polcom hanggang sa naging Napolcom. Alright? So, that's it, no? Ano pa ba? Okay, so ano naman yun, RSU 6975, that is the DILG Act of 1990, the RA 3551, so Administrator and Controller of the National Police Force. Okay, next, ito, the first Filipino Philippine Constabulary Chief appointed. So, Chief, dapat may ayan. Chief appointed on December 1917 was first Filipino Constabulary Chief. Okay, yan yung pinaka-clue. Lumabas to up, ulit-ulit na lalabas to. Okay? Baliktad pala. Ano yung sagot niyan? Sagot natin is, sino si Sir Rafael Crame? Yung sagot, mga kapatid. Okay? So, ilang history ng mga pangalan natin, yung di Rafael Crame. Sulat natin dito. Rafael Crame. Sino ba si Rafael Crame? First Filipino Chief, no? Ng PC. Okay? Henry Allen. First PC Chief, no? Siya yung kauna-unahang Philippine Constabulary Chief and also known as the father of the Philippine Constabulary. Okay? Ano ba yun? Naalala natin, we have the Captain George Curry. Diba? Sino siya? Siya yung dulo ni Stephen Curry. Meron lang. Captain George Curry is the first chief ng Manila Police Department, Manila Police District, no? Or also known, hanggang ngayon, meron pa yan, yung Manila's Finest. Okay? Next is Cesar Nazareno. Sino ba si Cesar Nazareno? Last PC chief, and the first PNP chief. Okay ha? Last Philippine Constabulary Chief and the first PNP chief. Siya yung kauna-unahang naging PNP chief natin na yung pagdating ng 6975. Okay? Next, ito, Fidel Ramos, dapat alam nyo to. Siya ay naging President of the Philippines and former hepe ng Philippine Constabulary. So, yan si Fidel Ramos. Okay, and syempre ito, recent appointed Francisco Marbil or Romel Francisco Marbil. 30th Chief, no? PNP Chief. Sino yung pinata niya? Si Acorda. Okay, gets absorbed. Number 4, who is the current Senate President of the Philippines? Okay, so, syempre, obvious naman. Tawag dyan is si Chis Escudero. Okay, but if ever no, wala si Chis Escudero, so natin si Miguel Zibori. Okay, next, number 5. The pillar of the Philippine criminal system that is tasked to prevent and control the crimes, enforce laws, and effect the arrest of offenders is, ano yan? Tasked to prevent and control crimes, enforce law, and effect the arrest. Sino yung nag-arrest? Siyempre, yung law enforcement natin, no? Okay, gets. Okay, ito yung pillars ng Philippine criminal justice system natin. The law enforcement, sino yung nandyan sa law enforcement natin? Police, no? As the front runner ng law enforcement natin. Prosecution, di ba? Sila yung nagpo-prosecute kung dapat ba ano ba yan? Kung ano yung hatol or kung ano yung hindi sila naghahatol, no? Sila yung nagdadala patungong court. Okay, yung court naman yung nagdesisyon Okay? And base doon sa prosecution, no? Kumaga prosecution tagapagtanggol. Court naman is tagahatol. Correction naman, ito yung the weakest pillar daw of the Philippine criminal system. Bakit? Kasi nga, yung nandun daw sa loob, hindi naman sila nare-rehab automatically. Bakit? Kasi bumabalik naman sila from time to time sa kulungan. Okay, so that is the corrections. And the community. Okay? Informal. Yung community natin, that is the informal pillar in the criminal justice system natin. That is the community. Alright, number 6. Which of the following symbols found in the PNP badge symbolizes swiftness and ferocity, power, courage, and morality? Ito, lumabas to. Symbolizes swiftness and ferocity, power, courage, and morality. That is PNP shield. Okay, traditional light rays, Philippine Eagle, 8 sun rays, or Lapu-Lapu. Yung sagot nyo? So, syempre, sagot natin. Symbolizes swiftness, okay, ferocity, power, courage, morality. That is the Philippine Eagle. So, ito yung PNP badge natin. So, dalawa yan actually. We have the PNP badge and the PNP seal. Discuss natin yung dalawa. PNP badge. We have the Philippine monkey, eating eagle, okay, or yung the national bird natin. Okay, so kung itanong doon is Philippine monkey eating eagle, so yun ang sagot niya, no? Kung halimbawa walang Philippine eagle. Kaya naman yung full name niya. Common sense din naman yan. So, symbol of swiftness and ferocity, power, courage, and immortality. Take note niyo yan. PNP shield, symbol of protection, no? Itong shield na to, symbol of protection of all citizens. 3 stars stands for Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Yan, sa badge ng police. Okay, constitutes the Republic territorial integrity over which the PNP must enforce the law and maintain peace and order with professionalism, zeal, and dedication, in keeping with the highest ideals and traditions of service to the God, country, and people. 8 sunrays. Asan ba yung 8 sunrays yan? Ito, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Represents the 8 provinces whose ideals of courage, gallantry, patriotism lead to the revolt against Spain. Next is Lapu-Lapu, symbolizes the bravery of the PNP. Lapu-Lapu nandiyan sa gitna. Okay? Next is the service, honor, and justice. Okay? Service, honor, and justice. Service is the vibrant and cogent deeds. So ito yung tandaan. Service is the vibrant and cogent deeds and actions. Okay, in response to the needs and wants of the people in distress. Ito naman yung honor could be the overriding criterion. Okay, and consideration the performance of their entrusted task or mission. And justice naman dispense to the everyone that is ever doing without favoritism or discrimination at any sort. Kaya nga, space, honor, and justice. Next is yung PNP seal natin. Ano ba yung PNP seal? We have the Lapu-Lapu hero. So, observe, no, the two definitions ni Lapu-Lapu, pati yung ilang symbols sa PNP badge and PNP seal natin. Although, magkaparehas lang naman sila almost. Pero merong counting pagkakaiba, no? County lang naman. So, Lapu-Lapu hero, the great Filipino hero of Mactan, the prototype of the best and most noble in the Filipino manhood, who is the symbol and embodiment of all genuine attributes of leadership. So, symbol of embodiment of all genuine attributes of leadership, courage, nationalism, self-reliance, and people-based. Okay, and people-powered community defense. Yan yung Lapu-Lapu hero natin. Meron pa, the benevolent and heroic warrior who drive and strength from a cohesive, determined, and loyal people is today a fitting symbol and prototype. Okay, fitting symbol and prototype as well of people power to preserve our values, custom, traditions, way of life, and the role of law through a solidly community-based police system. Lapu-Lapu also personifies for us today civilian constitutional authority. Okay, that is Lapu-Lapu sa pencil natin. Laurel. Okay, ito yung laurel. Laurel leaves. No? Green laurel with 14 leaves symbolizes the 14 regional commands. It's also a symbol of the honor, dignity, and privilege of being a member of the noble organizations where the call to public service is par excellence to a commitment of public trust. Okay, next is shield. Shield is the symbol of the Philippine Constabulary, the first national police by virtue of the Organic Act 175. Okay? The Philippine Constabulary, close to 90 years of service to the nation, has performed with honor, professionalism, and courage. Okay? Ito na lang, pinakamadaling meaning niya. Shield, the symbol of Philippine Constabulary. Okay? Ito, tandaan natin. Medals of Valor, highest honor that a grateful Filipino nation can bestow with gallant sons at service of the Republic. Okay, baka lalabas yan ulit, baka bumalik. Next is the 3 stars, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Yan yung sinisimbolize niya. And the 1,700 islands and territorial integrity wherein the national police must enforce the law and maintain peace and order with professionalism, zeal, and dedication in keeping with the highest ideals and traditions of service to our country and people. Next is the service, honor, and justice. Are the distinct ideals. So ito yung mga distinct ideals for the officers, men and women of the PNP, ensure efficiency, integrity, cohesiveness, camaraderie, and equanimity, no? So, yan yung service, honor, and justice. Alright, mga kapatid, patuloy tayo sa sun. Sun naman symbolize the flowering, okay, maturing, and ultimate realization of the glorious evolution of the PC into a national police force. Ano yung national force natin? National in scope and civilian in character. Ulitin natin. National in scope and civilian in character. Last, national in scope and civilian in character. Baka lalabas lang ulit. So, combined, no, in the 1986 Constitution, ano naman yung the traditional light race. So, the traditional light race represent the fighting just provinces, those ideals of courage and patriotism the members of the national police must have. Okay? So, that is not the meaning na nakapaloob sa PNP badge and PNP seals natin. Alright, proceed tayo sa question number 7. Okay. Parang nabasa ko na to kanina. It is hereby declared the policy of the state to establish a blank police force which is blank in scope and blank in character. Ano yon? Blank in scope. So that is national in scope and civilian in character. Okay. So for this, it is hereby declared the policy of the state to establish a national police force. Okay, kaya sagot natin for number 7 is national, hindi, sorry. So, sagot natin, no, for number 7, it is hereby declared the policy of the state to establish a highly efficient and competent police force, no, which is civilian in scope and national in character. Okay, kaya sagot natin is number 3, hindi pala national yun. No? Sorry, kasi nga national in scope pala yun. Okay? It is hereby, basahin natin last time. It is hereby declared the policy of to establish a highly efficient and competent police force which is national in scope and civilian character. Okay, next, number 8. Which of the following constitute the basic requirements of the right to suffrage? Saan kaya dyan? A, citizenship, age, residency, literacy, and occupation. So, A and B, tama ba? A and B, citizenship and residence. Okay. Okay, kulang, no? Dapat kasali yung edad dyan. 2B and C, age and literacy. So, hindi naman requirements yung literate ka o hindi. 3C and D, Residence and occupation, hindi naman residence and literacy. Yun nga, hindi nga ano yung literacy requirement. ABC, citizenship, age and residence, yes, pwede. 5, A, B, C, D, hindi. So, tama sa for number 8 is 4. A, B, and C only. Okay? Ito yung suffrage based sa Philippine Constitution natin. Suffrage may be exercised by all. So, baka tanongin, what is suffrage? So, suffrage may be exercised by all citizens of the Philippines not otherwise disqualified by law who are at least 18 years of age, no? Who have resided in the Philippines for at least 1 year and in the place where they propose to vote for at least 6 months. So, halimbawa, ikaw, Paul, is nasa barangay A. So, bago ka, ay plano mo lumipat no doon sa barangay B kasi malaki yung bigayan. And then, 3 months ka pa doon. So, ibig sabihin, hindi ka pa pwede magparehistro doon sa barangay B. Dahil kailangan mo paabutin na 6 months yung residency mo doon. Kaya nga, sinasabi nila, for at least 6 months immediately preceding the election. So, no literacy, property, or other substantive requirements shall be imposed on the exercise of suffrage. All right, number 9. Ito, ano natin to? Represent the fight in 8 provinces whose ideals of courage and patriotism the members of the National Police must possess. Ano ba yan? Traditional light race or 8 sun rays? Okay, for number 9. Ang sagot natin dyan is the traditional light race. Okay, sun symbolize the flowering, maturing, and ultimate realization of the glorious evolution of the PCINP into a national police force, which is the national in scope and civilian in character. So, as enshrined in the 1986 Constitution. So, the traditional light race which represent the fighting just provinces whose ideals of courage and patriotism the members of the national police must possess. So, that is the traditional light race. Ano naman, sir, yung 8 sun rays? So, balikan natin. 8 sun rays dito sa itaas. 8 sun rays represents the 8 provinces whose ideal of courage, gallantry, patriotism lead to the revolt against Spain. Lead to the revolt against Spain. Revolt against Spain. Ano naman yung traditional light race? Traditional light race represent the fighting just provinces whose ideals of courage and patriotism the members of the National Police Force. Okay. 8 sun rays. Balikan natin. 8 sun rays, revolt against Spain. No? While the traditional light race, members of the National Police. So, that is their difference. So, ma'am. Number 10. The Responsible Parenthood and Reproductive Health Act of 2012, which is known as the RA 10354 or commonly known as the RH Bill, Redoors Bill, ensures that the state shall defend which of the following: A, right of the families or associations to participate in the planning and implementation of the policies and programs. B, right of the family to family living wage and income. C, right of spouses to form a family in accordance with the religious convictions and the demands of responsible parenthood. Or D, right of children for proper care and nutrition. A, right of children to have their protection from all forms of neglect, abuse, cruelty, exploitation, and other conditions prejudicial to their development. So, ano kaya yung sagot natin dyan? Okay, so for number 10, guys, sagot po natin is all of the above. Okay? Saan ka naka-base, sir? So, dito tayo naka-base sa mismong RA 10354. So, nandyan, no? The state recognizes marriage as an inviolable social institution and the foundation of the family, which in turn is the foundation of the nation. Alright? Next, number 11. Under the 1987 Constitution, which of the following aims to prevent any person or class from being singled out as a special subject of hostile or discriminating legislation? Again, under the 1987 Constitution, which of the following aims to prevent any person or class to be singled out as a special subject of hostile or discriminating legislation? Sagot natin dyan is what? Bill of Rights, Equal Protection of Law, or ano? Okay, wait, tignan natin ha. Tignan lang natin dito, baka mamali tayo. Number 11. Tingnan ko muna sa answer key natin. Okay, ano ba yan? Human rights, due process of law, the Bill of Rights, the Equal Protection of Law, or the Constitutional Law. Okay, so sagot natin, basahin natin ang singled out, to prevent any person or class, any person or class, ano ba yung class na yan, mahirap or mayaman, no, from being singled out as a special subject of hostile or discriminating legislation. So that is the equal protection of law. Okay? So for number 11, sagot natin is the equal protection of law, which is the number 4. Okay, next, number 12. The power of state. So ito, na-discuss to, di ba, ni Ma'am Grace? So the power of state which allows the government to take private property. Okay, yan pa lang. Government to take private property. So that is the power of eminent domain. Okay? Number 13. The Filipino war hero who was considered as the monumental figure in exemplifying the PNP core values. Okay, so nakita sa PNP core values of service, honor, and justice. So automatic, no? That is si agaw natin. Agaw Lapu-Lapu. Okay? So, si Lapu-Lapu yung sagot for number 13. Sino ba si Andres Bonifacio? Si Andres Bonifacio, siya yung father of sulatin natin na Philippine Revolution. Kung baka lumabas ulit yung tanong, yung kataas-taasan, katapang-tapangan, kataas-taasan, kagalang-galangang katipunan ng mga anak ng bayan. Okay, baka lumabas ulit yung KKK. Kataas-taasan, kagalang-galangang katipunan ng mga anak ng bayan. Okay, sino naman si Emilio Aguinaldo? Di ba siya yung Filipino leader at isang politician na nagipag-away sa Spanish and US para sa independensya ng Pilipinas natin. So, Dr. Jose Rizal, si Laong Laan, no? Siya yung ating pambansang bayani or national hero. General Gregorio del Pilar, siya naman yung isa sa mga pinakabata na general na naging matagumpay, no, sa kanilang mga assault laban sa laban sa mga Kastila. Okay? Isa siyang general ng ating Philippine Army dati. Right? So, Lapu-Lapu is the correct answer for 13. 14. Which of the following is not a law enforcement agency? So, not a law enforcement agency. So, baka mabasa nyo is a law enforcement agency. Sagutin na agad police. Okay? So, tanong natin, which is the following ang hindi daw kabilang sa law enforcement agency? Marami pala niyan, sir. Akala ko police lang yung law enforcement. So, hindi po. The Philippine National Police, of course, PNP is a part of the law enforcement. Kumbaga, sila pa nga yung front runner, di ba, ng law enforcement natin. So, NBI, syempre, law enforcement pa rin ng ang NBI natin. PDEA, of course, law enforcement pa rin yan. Customs, yes, law enforcement pa rin yan. So, add one out. That is the Civil Service Commission yung hindi kabilang. So, ano pa ba? yung trabaho ng law enforcement, they maintain the law and order. Okay? Ano dyan, the PNP, NBI, PDEA, Bureau of Customs, pati pa yung BFP, no? Law enforcement agencies pa rin yan. Next, number 15, what is machinery that society uses in prevention and control of crimes? Of course, machinery. Matik nga. Criminal justice system. Number 16, which of the following is not within the court system of the Philippines? Daw dyan ang wala sa court system ng Philippines. Supreme Court, syempre meron siya ngayong pinaka-highest court of the land. Regional, syempre meron RTC, Court of Appeals, meron, Saligan Bayan, meron. Ombudsman yung wala. Okay? Okay? Ombudsman, sila yung investigator, no? Sa Sandigan Bayan. Sa Sandigan Bayan yung court. Ano ba yung nandyan sa Sandigan Bayan? Yung mga corrupt government officials. Okay? Sorry. Okay, ito number 17. Current events din to. So the Philippine government filed an appeal to the arbitral tribunal of the Permanent Court of Arbitration for the resolutions of China's excessive maritime claims on which of the following? So saan ba yung trending na island ngayon? Okay, that is Sabah, Scarborough Shoal, Miangas Island, Kalayaan Group Island, or the Spratly Island. Alin ba dyan? Okay, of course, dapat isagot natin is si Scarborough Shoal. Okay, hindi po Spratly Island. Okay? So, Spratly Islands, marami yan, no? So, Scarborough Shoal po yung tama. Okay, ito yung isang article based dyan. So, what is this case about? So, the Philippines filed a complaint on 2013, no, after China took control of the reef about 140 miles from the Philippine coast. So it accused China of violating international law by interfering with fishing, endangering ships, and failing to protect the marine environment at the reef, so known as the Scarborough Shoal. But the Philippines also went further, asking an international tribunal to reject China's claim to sovereignty over waters within a 9-dash line that appears on the official Chinese maps. Okay, so ito kasi yung pinagbabasihan ng China. Wala silang kumbaga legislation about this, no? Yung pinagbabasehan nila is yung mga lumang mapa na mula pa sa kanilang mga kaapu-apuan. Okay, which is sa 9-dash line daw, sa linya nila, kasali yung Scarborough Shoal doon. Okay, but the Philippines and the other countries, nagbe-base sila sa recent geographies, no? Which is computerized na. Okay, and nandun makita natin na yung Scarborough Shoal is within talaga sa Philippine area. So parang kumbaga sa China is napakalayo na. Okay? So isa pang claim kasi nila na dati daw yan is part ng China, no? Yung Philippines, ito is a part of China. So recent lang daw nagkaano yan. Naging ibang mga country na. So yan yung claim nila. Dito nga appears on China official Chinese maps, no, sa mga ano nila. Kumbaga pinamanang mapa sa kanila. Okay? So the dashes circle as much as 90% of the South China Sea, an area size of Mexico that is vital to global trade. Okay, so ito kaya marami, 'di ba, yung mga angkin diyan, we have the also the Vietnam, Taiwan. Okay? Pati nga Malaysia kiniklaim nila yan. Bakit? Kasi yung island na yan, or yung Scarborough Shoal is vital to global trade and rich in natural resources including potential oil deposits. So global trade, dyan kasi dumadaan yung mga trades. Okay, kaya kung sino yung nandyan, yung nakapwesto, sila yung kumbaga magkakuha ng mga porsyento, something like that. At bukod ba dyan, rich in natural resources and potential oil deposits nandyan sa Scarborough Shoal. Okay, and of course, whoever nga naandyan, siya yung nag-control sa global trade, no? Nasa kanila lang yun. Okay. To, 18. So, pwede din natin itong isali sa current events, di ba? Lalo na yon sa nangyayari ngayon kay Alice Guo. Okay, so what citizenship is acquired by legal process? So we have three. We have the jus soli, jus sanguinis, and the naturalization. Acquired by legal process lang yung tanong natin. So automatic, sagot natin dyan is naturalization. Or the 5. That is the C only. Okay, so ano ba yung jus soli? Right of the soil. Kung saan ka pinanganak. Jus sanguinis naman, ito yung right of the blood. So ano ba tayo dito? Okay? Right of the soil and right of the blood. Naturalizations naman, acquired. Diba? Sino yung bago? Si Justin Brownlee. Diba? Nagpa-naturalize. Alright? Alright. So, number 19. Malapit na tayo. This right of the accused is founded on the principle of justice and is intended not to protect the guilty but to prevent as far as human agencies can the conviction of an innocent person. So what is that? Right to due process of law, the presumption of innocence, right to remain silent, right against self-incrimination, or none of the above. Okay? Of course, right of the accused founded the principle of justice not to protect the guilty but to prevent as far as human agencies, the conviction of an innocent person. So ano ba yan? Presumption of innocence. Hanggat hindi ka ba nababasahan sa korte, inosente ka pa rin, no? Kung ikaw ay suspect pa. Number 20, under the RA 9729, which is known as the Climate Change Act of 2000, which the following agencies are tasked to ensure the effective implementation framework, strategy, and program on climate change. DepEd, DLG, DNR, DFH, PSA. Okay? So, tamang sagot natin dito is 3. A, B, and C only. So, DepEd, DILG, and DNR. Okay? So, role of government agencies, Section 50A 9729, ensure the effective implementation of the framework strategy and program on climate change. Concerned agencies shall perform the following functions. DepEd, okay? The DILG, DepEd shall integrate climate change into primary and secondary education curricula. DILG naman, facilitate the development and provisions of a training program for LGUs, no, in the climate change. DNR, of course, diba, climate change, the environment natin yan. Then the Department of Foreign Affairs. Okay, pero palang DFA dito. Review international agreements related to climate change and make the necessary recommendation for ratification and compliance by the government and the Philippine Information Agency or PIA. Information Climate Change. Okay, sorry, mali pala yung number 3 dito. Kasi merong tayong DFA, sorry. 4 pala yung sagot dito. A, B, C, and D only. So, hindi kasama yung Philippine Space Agency. Saka meron mo Philippine Space Agency. Di ba? PIA yung isa. No? So, the correct answer for 20 is 4. Okay? Okay, proceed tayo sa next question. Ito, related items. Ito yan. Inom muna ko ng tubig. So related items for 100 for number 21 and 25. So baka lumabas ulit to. Ito yung kwento sa buhay ni Jobert. So, dear Papa Dudot, ako nga pala si Jobert, 28 years old. Ang nagtatrabaho bilang isang staff sa isang marketing office sa isang car spare parts and accessories. So, ako po ay nakakomplito sa aking isang buwan na provisional period di joke lang. So, basahin natin. Jobert, 28 years old, works as a staff in a marketing office for car spare parts. Marketing office for car spare parts and accessories. He has just completed his month probationary period and is now a regular employee. He is fully aware that with his regular status, he is assured of security of tenure and has a certain privileges under the law. Okay? He is fully aware that with this regular status, he is assured of security of tenure and has certain privileges under the law. Okay, tama ba yan, Jubert? He is required to work 40 hours a week and may qualify for promotion based on the company rules. So, Jubert knows. Sorry, excuse me guys, hindi lang. Yeah. Okay, so he is required to work for 40 hours a week and may qualify for promotion based on company rules. Jubert knows that he needs to comply with minimum efforts in whatever issues assigned to him. One morning, while he was checking the display counter, his supervisor called him and assigned him to do another task outside the company premises. He was very displeased. His job description only requires tasks, assignments within the company premises. So if you were Jubert now, how would you best handle situations like this? Okay? A, comply. After all, you are staff in the company. B, tell your supervisor to wait until your display counter task is done. C, obey because it could be a test for you of your traits as a good employee. D, ask your superior why should you be the one when there are others who can do the job. Or A, accept but demand from your supervisor for fair in an air-conditioned vehicle as it's too hot and humid outside. Okay. So automatic, no? When we answering questions like this, sabi nga nila, sabi natin na paulit-ulit, remove nyo na yung mga automatic, no? Na pwede natin i-remove. So, A, we can remove this one. Okay? Remove din natin yan. Ask your superior why should be done when there are others who can do the job. Pwede ba yan? Okay? So, tingnan natin mamaya. So, lahat ng may A, remove na natin. Okay? So number 3, automatic. Remove na natin yan. Alright? Now, ano ba yung sakit natin dito? So, basahin muna natin yung ano nila, kung baga mag-conflict ba. Comply after all you are a staff in the company. Yes, pwede yan. Okay, and C naman, obey because it could be a test of your traits as a good employee. Okay, syempre, supervisor muna yung nag-auto sa'yo. No, so A and C is correct. B, ito, number 2, B and D. Tell your supervisor to wait until the display counter task is done. And D, ask your superior why should you be the one when there are others who can do the job. So, contradicting, no? Si B and D. So, remove ito, B and D na yan. Okay? So, A and D, comply and ask superior why you be the one. So, contradict ulit. So, D only, ask your superior why. Siyempre, kung papiliin tayo 1 and 5, most of us naman talaga agree na si 1 yung correct answer for these questions, no? Comply, after all, you are a staff in the company. And yung nag-utos mo nga is yung mo, yung vice na yan mismo. And obey because it could be a test of your traits as a good employee. Siyempre, bago ka pa lang, no? Okay. Siyempre, bago ka ba lang, no, naging regular employee. So, malay natin, tinitestingan ka lang ng visor mo. Next, assume that Jobert complied with the order of his supervisor. He was supposed to pick up some car accessories which are bulky and seem too heavy for him. He also had to wait for the person to give the clearance or go signal for the release of items. So finally, at 4:45 p.m., the person releases the items back. He needs at least 30 minutes to travel back to his office. So 4:45 na. And then, need ba niya ng 30 minutes to travel? So closing time nila is baka 5. He thought that by this time, the office must have already closed. He wanted to call his supervisor, pero wala siyang number nito. Eh, ano kaya? Kung meron siguro option na i-chat sa Facebook, pwede siguro. No? So, if you were Jobert, how would you best handle the situation? Bring the items home? Oh, very wrong, no? Pabasa pala natin, bring the items home. Wala na. Hindi na yan pwede. Okay, wait lang. Okay, next, bring the items and request that it be deposited at the guard for safekeeping. Yes, okay yan. No, napaka-okay yan. Next, ulit lang. Three, plead to the releasing person. I will just return for it the following day so I could first report. Okay, hindi rin. Di ba? Itong option na ito, itong number 3, pwede siya, but it leaves the items unsecured no overnight and could delay any process that requires these items. So, parang mali na siya, no, in part, ikaw yung mali, mishandling, ano yan. So, plead to the responsible to release them, just have them safe keep for the night for pick up early tomorrow morning. Okay, this also, para sila, no, number 3. Okay, na dito number 3, ano mo na, publikan mo lang, sir, dyan lang muna yan, mag-time out muna ako tapos balik ako dito. Di ba, mali yan. Kung ano kaya yung mangyari, di ba, sa mga, yun, sa materials, no, na inaasa sa'yo. Leave before the releasing person would arrive, return to the office until the supervisor that I could not wait because, very wrong. Yan. So, very positive answers natin. Answer is number 2. Bring the items and request that it be deposited at the guard of for safekeeping. So, paano yan? Hindi siya naka-time out. Di ba? Nag-deposit naman siya sa time. I mean, sa guard. And then, pag-deposit mo, syempre, meron naman yung timekeeper. Di ba? Anong oras mo din i-deposit. So, may saktong, ano ka, rason or, kumbaga, alibay. Early the following day, as you queued to the biometrics machine, your supervisor shouted at you demanding update of the task assigned to you. Okay, several others were there. To you, it was an embarrassing situation. So, ano yung sagot natin dito? A. Ignore him for now to avoid embarrassment. Or B. Explain your side in a rather loud voice so he could hear. Okay, matik. Yung mga ganyan, guys, yung mga ano, remove na natin yan. Remove natin yan. So, lahat ng may B, process of elimination, the power of elimination, lahat ng may mga B, remove na natin. Okay, para mas kunti na lang yung pagpipilian natin. Okay, tell him to go to his office that he will just follow after timing in. Okay? Pwede yan, no? Kasi nag-time in ka pa naman eh. Make a sign indicating that you will in time before explaining the situation. Make a sign? Hindi. Get out of the and approach and explain your side in a gentle manner. Okay. Para sa akin, no, alam ko most of most of you were answer na ano daw, ignore or tell him to go his office. So, option C is rather rude naman, di ba? Sabihin mo na kanya na go to your office and I will follow. Okay, so C is remove na natin. So, wala naman choices for C. A only, ignore him for now to avoid. Hindi mo na yan pwedeng ignore. Bakit? Kasi visor mo yan. Okay? So, hindi na yan applicable sa choices. D and E, make a sign indicating it will time in first. Tapos, nag-get out ka, approach ka sa kanya. Parang contradicting naman si D and A natin. Kaya sagot natin dito is number 3, A only. Okay? Get out of the line, approach, and explain your side in a gentle manner. Kasi kahit balik pa rin pa naman ang mundo, balay-balik pa rin, supervisor mo niya. Okay? Heed mo pa rin yan. Number 24, the supervisor angrily shouted at you and instructed you to see him in his office immediately. To see him in his office immediately. If you were Jobert, how do you best handle situation? Go home and file for a sick leave. Okay, automatic remove. Diba? Remain in your line, time in, and then see him in his office. Yes, correct yan. Remain in your line, time in, and go home. Remove din yan. Go straight to the front line by passing others. Hindi yan pwede. Okay, so kung pipiliin kayo, 2 or 5, remain your line or leave and punta ka doon sa supervisor's office mo. Okay? Ano yung sagot niyo? Okay, for this one, guys, sagot natin is remain in your line. Time in and then see him in his office. Okay? Bakit ito yung pinaka-best option natin? So, first, professionalism. Jobert follows the company procedures by clocking in first, which is important for maintaining an accurate attendance record. Next is yung responsibility. By timing in first, Jobert shows that he is following the correct process before addressing any issues. And third is respect. After timing in, Jobert can immediately go to the supervisor's office, showing that he is taking the instructions seriously and is ready to address a concern. So that is why the correct answer natin is 2. Remain in your line, time in, and then see him in his office later on. Okay? Next questions natin. Assume that Jobert requested the releasing person to keep the item for safekeeping overnight. So, assume nyo lang daw ito. Ready for pickup today. He was scolded and instructed to go pick up the items and bring them to the office by all means. So he hurriedly went back instructed. Unfortunately, they are indeed bulky and too heavy to carry, so decided to take a grab. Because taxis rarely pass in the area. So upon reaching his office, he reported to the supervisor about the grab expenses to be reimbursed. But his supervisor told him that he has to bear the cost due to his inefficiency. So ano yung sagot niyan? If you were Jobert daw, paano mo i-handle yung situation na yan? Accept it. Anyway, money can be earned in due time. Accept but refuse any other task assigned by him later. Demand a reimbursement of the amount because fair is fair. Okay, so demand is wrong. Remove. So lahat ng may C, remove. Okay, tell your supervisor that it should be the first and last incident. Tapa nga. Or A, write a letter addressed to the department head asking for his guidance. So A is correct also. Okay, so kaya ano yung sagot natin dito? Okay. First, alam ko marami yung pipili ng A, accept it anyway. Alam ko marami dyan yung pipili nito. But the correct answer, guys, for this one is A only. Write a letter address to the department head asking for guidance. Kung merong ito, pinagsama si Apple and Eagle, pwede yan, sana. Okay? But, so letter A yung sagot natin. Write a letter address to the department head asking for guidance. Okay? So, sabi nga dito, the best course of action for Joubert is to write a letter addressed to the department head asking for guidance. This option allow Joubert to handle the situation professionally, seek a fair resolution, and maintain his relationship with his supervisor while ensuring that such issues are appropriately documented and addressed within the company. Okay, next questions, related items. Number 26 to 30. Okay, so ito yung sa keep up. No, lumabas to. Okay, but before that, inom muna ulit tayo ng tubig. Okay? So, related items from item number 26 to 30. 26 to 30. Excuse me. So, Dana, a 15-year-old girl, lived with her adopted grandmother. So, Lula Carmine, who owns a sari-sari store. Lula Carmine provides for Dana and her biological daughter. So, si Lula Carmine nag-provide no, kay Dana at sa kanyang biological daughter. So, dalawa sila. Alright? That's all their basic needs ever since Dana's mother abandoned her. So, lahat daw ng kanilang basic needs dahil si Dana ay naabandona na ng kanyang ina. Dana is so pampered that whatever she asks, Lula Carmine readily and gladly provides. So when Lola Carmine started to feel some physical pain dahil matanda na, she requested Dana to watch over their sari-sari store. Okay? So one day, Lola Carmine noticed that her cash was short of 100 pesos. So if you are Lola Carmine, what is the best possible no for you to handle situations? What could Lola Carmine have done? Ask Dina to return the amount? Okay, judge mo na ba siya? Hindi, no, bawal judgmental. Okay? Perform corporal punishment, so lalong bawal yan. Ignore the payment, after all, okay, hindi mo rin pwedeng i-ignore yan. No? Hindi mo pwedeng i-ignore yan. Ask Dana to explain why there was a shortage. Yes, pwede. Inform Dana that the piece shall be detected. Okay, hindi ka pa nga sure, Lula. Di ba kung si Dana ba yung kumuha? Malay mo, yung biological daughter mo. Okay? So, for this one, the correct answer is 4. Ask Dana to explain why there was a shortage in the dates. Some weeks later, Lula Carmine and her daughter, Tina, so ito yung biological daughter niya pala. Okay, natin sa ibaba. Some weeks later daw, Lula Carmine and her daughter, Tina, ito yung biological daughter, di ba? Notice that there were collectibles inside Dana's room. Okay. Tina told her mother, Lula Carmine, that these items are expensive and rare in the market. So sabi ni Tina, so baka si Tina isang bagets pa rin, no? Na yung mga items na yan is minsan lang, kunti lang yung may ganyan, tapos ang mamahal pa. So at this point daw, kung ikaw ulit si Lula Carmine, ang Tina, ano ba yung gagawin mo? Ask Dana with this keep up collectibles or any positions? Tama. Ask Dana how these items were obtained by her? Tama. Ask Dana if she bought such items and much? Okay, tama rin. Okay? Wait lang. So, ignore because Dana is an avid keep up fan. So, pwede mo ba i-ignore lang yan? So, hindi, no? Hindi mo pwedeng i-ignore yan. Porque keep up fan siya. So, remove mo na lahat ng may mga D. D and E only, remove na yan. A, D, and A, remove na yan. Okay. So, support Dana because it is a typical among teenagers to collect items. So, syempre, support, pwede yan, no? So, dito tayo sa option A, B, and C. Ask Dana why these keep up collectibles are in positions. Ask Dana how these items were obtained by here. Ask Dana both such items and how much. Pwede. Yan. A, B, C, and E. Ask and support. Yes, pwede yan. C and E naman. Ask Dana if she bought such items and how much. And support because it is a typical amount teenagers to collect about their idols. Okay. So most of you will answer A, B, and C. Okay. Pero papatunayan natin mali yan. Bakit? A, B, and C, tama nga siya, but yung ideya niya is parang redundant, no? Pwede naman tanungin mo lang si Dana, kung binili niya ba yon at kung magkano, no? Hindi mo na pwedeng, kahit hindi mo na tanungin yung at Dana, kung bakit nandun yan sa kanya, ask mo kung bakit, paano yung nakuha, di ba? Sa letter C pa lang, pwede na ngayon. Tapos natin si question B and A. Kaya nga, redundant si A, B, and C, no? Mas lalo na si A, B, C, and E. So, pinakamainam na sagot natin is ito, C and A only. So, ask mo si Dana kung binili niya ba yon at kung paano niya nakuha, no? At kung magkano nga kung binili niya. Tapos, syempre, supportahan mo si Dana kasi typical lang yan sa mga teenagers na makuligta ng items na kanilang mga items. Alright, so C and A. Redundant si A, B, C, no? Redundant. 1 year later. Ito na. Ulit lang. So, 1 year later, Lola Carmen and Tina noticed that Dana meticulously add K-pop collectibles in a room which is worth a substantial amount. So, 1 year later, talagang parami mga K-pop collectibles si Dana sa kanyang kwarto. Worth may katamtamang amount ng pera. So, at this point daw, how should Lola Carmen and Tina handle the situation? Immediately ask Dana how such a collection was obtained by her. Okay, tama. Ask Dana why she's collecting such a billion. Oh, yes, tama rin. Pressure Dana to confess. Okay, pressure. Automatic, remove na natin yan. Okay? Remove natin yan. Quietly check. Okay, quietly check. Tama yan. Lola Carmen and Tina should agree that Tina. Okay, tama din yan. Okay? So, A, B, D, and D are all tama. Kaya, correct answer natin dyan is 4. Alright? A, B, and D only. For number 28. Okay, so 29. 1 week later, Tina noticed that there is a consistent decline of money in the cash register as well as stock inventory. So, collection bills for delivery stocks keep on coming. So, na-notice na ni Tina na napakarami na yung decline ng money sa kanilang cash register at mga collection bills. Dumadami pa. At this point daw, how should Lola Carmen handle the situation? Instruct Dana not to watch over the store? Pwede. Talk to Dana about what she has discovered? Yes, pwede. Explore with Dana how she earn the money? Pwede rin. Confiscate all the collectibles? Yes, pwede. And order Dana to pack up her belongings. Except the collectibles and leave the house. Okay, ito yung hindi pwede. Order mo Dana to pack up her belongings except the collectibles and leave the house. Hindi yan pwede. Bakit? Kasi nga, ano sinabi doon sa first paragraph natin na walang ibang matiran si Dana at si Lola Carmen na yung kumukup sa kanya. So lahat ng may A remove na natin. Right? So for number 29, lahat ng may A remove na natin. Okay, so 3 may A, 4 may A, 5 may A. Okay, so dyan pa lang sa rason na yan, may sagot na tayo. No, that is A, B, and C. A, B, C, and D only. So, wala tayong ibang choice, no? Yan ang talaga yung sagot natin. Okay, obvious naman, di ba? Balikan natin yan, o yung meron. Lives with her adoptive mother kami sa sari-sari store. Okay? O, abandoned, no? Abandon na si Dan. Kaya, doon sa kanyang lula. Okay, so automatic na sagot natin is ano yun? Ito. A, B, C, and D for 29. Alright? Alright. Number 30. Ito, tama nga, di ba? Dana admitted her mistake. Pleaded that she stays and agreed to put up the items for sale. Will you accept? Yes, because it is her first time to commit such a mistake and she may be reformed. Because she has nowhere and relatives to stay with. Okay, tama yan. Yes, because by putting up the items for sale, the lost amount may be recovered or even more. Okay? Yes, provided you ask her to choose a kid until you comfortable so that as a teenager, she could still be a K-pop fan. So, no, because she has committed a crime. Okay, no, automatic lahat ng yan. Unluckily, isa lang yung may A. Okay, so ano ba yung pinakamainam na sagot natin dyan? For number 30. A and D. Yes, because it is often to commit such a mistake and she may be reformed. And D naman, provided you ask her to choose, says pwede. A, B, C, and D. Okay, pwede yung apat na yan. C and D, yes, because kulang yan, di ba? Dapat masali mo talaga si B. No, A and B kulang rin. So, dapat nandyan talaga si B kasi pinaka-reasons bakit hindi mo siya pwedeng mapalis kasi wala siyang pwedeng pagtuluyan. No? So, kaya dito for number 80, the correct answer natin is A, B, C, and D. Kay A. Okay? So, verbal reasoning, Ma'am Jen, no, will discuss for you about that. So, ito sa live na lang mamaya yung verbal reasoning kasi hindi na makasama si Ma'am Jen due to konti lang talaga yung oras niya. Tapos mas gusto niya talaga mag-live para makita niyo pa kayo. Okay? So, that's it, no, for the general information. We will have more about this sa susunod na araw.